but I can't help falling in love with you.
Please be seated. Welcome, family and friends. We are gathered here today on this beautiful mountaintop to celebrate the wedding of Marissa and Dustin and their eternal commitment to one another. Through their time together, Dustin and Marissa have come to realize that their personal dreams, hopes, and goals are more attainable and meaningful through the combined effort and mutual support provided in love, commitment, and family. The pursuit of those dreams, hopes, and goals starts today as they become husband and wife. Before we go any further, Dustin and Marissa wanted me to thank you all for being here and to recognize how important each and every one of you have been to their relationship. They would also like to recognize all of those who couldn't make it here today, as they are certainly missed but not forgotten on this day of celebration. And speaking of important people, there are none more important in influencing the lives of Dustin and Marissa and getting them to this point in their lives than their parents. With that being said, who is it that gives Marissa away to marriage to this man?
We all do.
Thank you, sir. Dustin and Marissa, in marriage, the little things are the big things. It is never being too old to hold hands. It is remembering to say, I love you, at least once a day. It is never going to sleep angry. It is standing together and facing the world. It is speaking words of appreciation and demonstrating gratitude in thoughtful ways. It is having the capacity to forgive and forget. It is giving each other an atmosphere in which each can grow. It is a common search for the good and the beautiful. It is not only marrying the right partner, it is being the right partner. Ladies and gentlemen, Dustin and Marissa have asked that I present to you a ceremony reading by a talented guy named Robert Fulghum. For those of you who do not know Fulghum, he's an 80-year-old man who spent time during his youth working as a ditch digger, a newspaper carrier, a ranch hand, and a singing cowboy. He eventually completed a degree in theology and served as a minister for 22 years, and along the way became an accomplished painter and sculptor. Perhaps the most interesting part of his identity, however, in addition to being a talented writer, is that he plays guitar for a group called the Rock Bottom Reminders, a group that also calls Dave Barry, Matt Groening, and Stephen King as members. This is Robert Fulghum's union. You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed, you have been making commitments in an informal way. All of those conversations that were held in a car or over a meal or during long walks, all those conversations that began with when we're married and continued with I will and you will and we will, all those late night talks that included someday and somehow and maybe, and all of those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you are about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know, all those things that we promised and hoped and dreamed, well, I meant it all, every word. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you've been many things to one another: acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, dancing partner, even teacher. for you have learned much from one another these past few years. Shortly, you will say a few words that will take you across a threshold of life, and things between you will never quite be the same. For after today, you shall say to the world, "This is my husband, and this is my wife." Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my honor to administer the solemn rites of matrimony. So if you'll each repeat after me. And Dustin, sir, we'll begin with you. I, Dustin, promise you, Marissa, that I will be your husband from this day forward, to be faithful and honest, to trust and appreciate, to love and respect, to be your partner and friend on this journey we are taking together. Marissa, please repeat after me. I, Marissa, promise you, Dustin, that I will be your wife from this day forward, to be faithful and honest, to trust and appreciate, to love and respect, to be your partner and friend on this journey we are taking together. Dustin and Marissa, you've both chosen to wear rings as a reminder of the promises you've made to each other today. A wedding ring is an outward and visible sign of the bond that is created by you today. Dustin, please take this ring, and if you'll place that on Marissa's left ring finger. Excuse me, how about that one? So if you please place that on her finger and say, I, Dustin, take you, Marissa, to be my wife, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, as long as we both shall live. Marissa, please take this ring and place that on Dustin's left ring finger and repeat after me. I, Marissa, take you, Dustin, to be my husband, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, as long as we both shall live. Dustin and Marissa, I would ask that you both remember, treat yourself and each other with dignity and respect. Remind yourself often of what brought you together today. Give the highest priority to the tenderness, gentleness, and kindness that your marriage deserves. When frustration and difficulty assail your marriage, as these do to every relationship at one time or another, focus on what still seems right between you, not only the part that seems wrong. This way, when clouds of trouble hide the sun in your lives and you lose sight of it for a moment, you can remember that the sun is still there. And if each of you will take responsibility for the quality of your life together, it will be marked by abundance and delight. Ladies and gentlemen, based upon Dustin and Marissa's willingness to appear before you today and their expression of commitment and to live as one for the remainder of their lives, it is my distinct pleasure at this time to pronounce Dustin and Marissa husband and wife. Sir, you may kiss your bride.
It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around and finally found the somebody who could make me be true, could make me be blue, or even be glad just to be sad, thinking of you. Some others I've seen might never be mean, might never be cross or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do. For nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. Never be cross, tried to be boss, they wouldn't do. For nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. Baby, it had to be you, wonderful you, had to be you.